Hey guys, welcome to Sunday Palengke, where we talk shit about everyone else.
Yeah, Daddy.
Mas okay ba yung audio? Hey guys, welcome to Sunday Palengke, where we have the best COVID response ever in the world. If you are new to the show, welcome. Welcome to Sunday Palengke, and welcome to the live chat if you're on the live chat. If you are an old timer, an old subscriber, thank you for coming back. This is your every Sunday late night fix, where we discuss ideas and events, and ayaw natin ng chismis.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Before we move on, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel and comment down below. Comment lang kayo. Okay, let's head on straight to it. Let me open my notes right here. What happened this week and what do we want to talk about? You want to start with something light or doon na tayo sa heavy agad? Also, I'd like to thank my magic family for lending me this mic. Let's start with something light. If you have been on Facebook, social media, or you've been updated with the showbiz balita, laman ng balita ko ngayon is my twin, Julia B, my lost sister, and all the drama with her dating life. And as I was scrolling through Facebook and I was reading this one article, I was in the middle of it and I just stopped. Parang napatigil lang ako and I just said, how does this concern me? Why am I reading this? Like, asan ako in this conversation? May maaambag ba ako? Why am I reading this? Is this productive? And I think we should apply that to a lot of things that we see online. Of course, anything that concerns our public officials, concerns our country, concerns our citizens, they warrant our attention. When it comes to mundane things that don't really concern us directly, I think we should just take a step back and ask if it actually warrants our energy, our attention, our time. Because as much as artista sila and they are public figures, they still have personal lives. And who they're fucking is 100% their business and their business alone. And also, when it comes to news like this, we don't really know all the facts and we don't really know the whole drama. So I think we should just leave them be and mind their own business. Like, if they were my friends, I would probably include myself in the conversation kasi nga, then it concerns me. Pero if they're artistas and wala naman silang relationship sa atin, I think we should just step back and let them handle their own shit and let's not contribute to this gossip culture. Like, aside from, gets the government, public servants, and issues concerning the world in our country, I think we should talk more about ideas and smart shit rather than gossiping and putting our energy into things that don't concern us. And I think it'll save us a lot of energy and a lot of time. Period! And it'll make social media a better place to be in. Anyway, that's on that. Okay, let's get into what happened COVID-wise this week. Kasi, top of the news naman lagi yung COVID. And this week marks our first anniversary of the lockdown. And we are holding the longest lockdown in the whole world. And you know what? The situation right now is kind of the same from last year. Like, if you come to think of it, na parang have we really improved from last year? Like, asa na nga ba tayo? Has our response improved? And nagbago ba yung pagtingin ng tao sa protocols na are in place until now? So, the past few days, we've been tallying around 4,000, 5,000 cases pa rin, which isn't that far from last year's numbers. Our borders are open just like last year's. And we have curfew again. They're imposing Metro Manila curfew 10 to 5 a.m. starting tomorrow for 2 weeks again. And yun na lang ba lagi, kapag nagsispike yung cases, curfew lang lagi yung sagot. Andun pa rin tayo sa bawal PDA. Ganon, yun pa rin yung sagot natin. While other countries have moved forward and they are leaps and bounds ahead of us, here we are still living in a world of face shields and copper masks. You know what? If anything, the face shield is only useful for avoiding you touching your face. And I don't see how it helps anyone besides that. I was reading this article about parang sneezes versus face shields. I'll link it down below sa bio if you wanna read it. I mean, the more we know, the better, diba? But parang the gist is if someone sneezes and you're wearing a face shield, it's not really gonna help you. It's not gonna protect you from anything. So yun, go lang ng go, basa lang ng basa. The more we know, the better. Also, singin ko lang kasi diba we're entering the curfew again. And last year, nagkaroon tayo ng liquor ban na bawal magbenta ng alak. And at first, I remember us parang we were saying, bakit? Parang di naman anong connect ng alak sa COVID. And we were making fun of it pa, ganyan. But I remember na parang in-explain sa akin na the liquor ban is in place kasi marami sa ER cases are liquor related. Mga nagbubuga, nagsasakan na accidented because of alcohol, ganyan. So in order to curb the number of people going to the ER, they placed the liquor ban there para mabawasan yung mga umiinom, ganyan. Hindi makabili ang tao ng iinumin para mabawasan din yung mga taong pupunta sa ER. Yun ata yung logic behind that. I don't know if that's a complete reason, but at least it sheds a little bit of light on the liquor ban that was last year. With, na parang, hindi na ko alam kung mangyayari pa siya ngayon.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Anyway, with all of these happening, our leaders still think that our response is excellent.
Delusion. Convince yourself.
The presidential spokesperson compared our numbers with the US, and which he said, itong ating deaths na 2.11% is obviously katiting naman ng deaths na nangyayari dun sa mga bansa na mas mayaman at mas developed sa atin. So I hope that is clear. Let's give credit where it is due. Yung basis nito is he compared our numbers sa US, which led me to thinking, when we talk about percentages, right, medyo namin minimize yung numbers. So our death rate is around 2% nga, diba? But if we look at the real numbers, the raw figures, our deaths are around 12,766. And hindi to katiting. These are thousands of people. That's kind of insensitive to say na, or yung deaths natin katiting lang naman. It's just a poor choice of words.
Choices.
Anyway, so I decided to look sa numbers, right? Let's look at our population first. And there's a lesson here na I think we'll learn at the end when we look at the numbers.
Just a process.
Okay, before we look into the numbers, let's play a little trivia game.
I want to play a game.
Today ko din nalaman that there are only 13 countries in the world with 100 million people or more, population-wise, right? I will give you 8 countries that have 100 million people or more and on the live chat. So if you're not watching this live, you won't be able to join the game. Bibigyan ko ng 150 Gcash ulit. Yung unang mag-chat sa live chat nung 5 missing countries dun sa 13. Kasi I find this really interesting. Okay, the 8 countries na has 100 million people or more are China, India, United States, Brazil, Russia, Mexico, Japan, and Ethiopia. Meron pang 5. I'll give you like 10 seconds to put it on the live chat. The first 2 comments will win 150 pesos, 150 of the 5 countries that have 100 million people or more. Here's your 10 seconds. So yeah, the 5 countries that are missing is us, Philippines, Indonesia, Pakistan, Nigeria, and Bangladesh. I think, yun ba yung hindi ko na-mention? Anyway, the 13 countries are China, India, United States, Indonesia, Brazil, Pakistan, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, Mexico, Japan, Ethiopia, and the Philippines. First, my first thought about this is, wow, we are nasa top 13 countries with the most number of people. And we always think, diba, na we're a small country, na parang compared to other countries, maliit lang tayo. Kasi nga, we're an archipelago. Pero we have over 100 million people. Nasa top 13 tayo ng pinakamaraming tao. So, anyway, let's look at the numbers and how we can use numbers to our advantage or disadvantage when we compare numbers. So, si Harry, he compared us to the United States. Our population right now is estimated at around 109 million people. And if we compare it to the United States, they almost have triple the population. They have 332 million people. So is it okay to compare a country that has 100 million people and 300 million people? Parang weird, diba?
That's suspicious. That's weird.
So, parang we have to look at countries who are relatively near to our population instead of the United States. The next country na is medyo near to us is Japan with 126 million people. And their coronavirus cases are around 445,000. So they have more people with less cases and they have less deaths as well. Kasi when we put it into percent, nababaliwala yung raw data gets. So let's look at Japan, who has more people than us with 126 million people. And let's look at their cases. Japan has only has around 445,000 cases with 8,509 deaths. So in this case, they have less cases, less deaths, but we have the same percent. Gets ba? I don't know how to put this into words. Is there may statistician ba out there who can explain this better? Pero
Help me! Help me!
basta gets, parang when we look at percent, mukha tayong parehas. Pero when you look at the raw numbers, it's clearly not the same. Let's look at another country na medyo malapit din sa atin. If you look at Bangladesh with 165 million people, yung population nila, they have 556,000 cases. Which again, they have more people in their country. They have about 60 million more people in their country. But they have less cases than us and less deaths. Yung Bangladesh and Japan almost has the same deaths in raw numbers. So when we look at percent and numbers, hindi natin pwedeng i-minimize lagi na pares tayo ng percent ng test, pares tayo ng percent. Let's look at the raw data as well. Kasi I think na minimize yung raw numbers if we always compare it sa percent. That's my perspective. Kunyari sa City A, mayroon siyang 10 people, tapos may isang namatay. That's 10% death, right? That's very different from 100 million people and there are 10 million people dead. Is that 10%? Yeah. 100, yeah, that's 10%. Iba yung may isang namatay sa may 10 million na namatay. Gets? Anyway, if there's a statistician out there who can explain it better or who can correct me if I'm interpreting these numbers wrong. Anyway, so may isa pang country na medyo malapit yung population sa atin, and that's Russia with 145 million people, less than Bangladesh. Na parang napaisip ako, di ba parang superpower yung Russia? I was expecting that they had more people there, but they don't. Anyway, Russia has 4,380,000 cases and 91,000 deaths. They have 4 million cases and 91,000 deaths. So what's my point here? Okay? When it comes to comparing numbers, someone can always choose the data that will favor us. So, yes, if we compare ourselves to the United States, we look like we're having a good job. But if we compare ourselves to Japan and to Bangladesh, then we're doing worse than them. And then next, if we compare ourselves to Russia with millions of cases and tens of thousands of deaths, then we're doing great again. So, my point is, we're all fucked. My point is, when we are presented with data by whoever, let's check it out. Let's read through it. Let's question it. Kasi data can always be used with bias. These are facts. Gets? These are facts. Yung US cases, facts yan. Yung cases natin, those numbers are factual. But you can always manipulate it in your favor. Even if we're presented with data. Kasi now, pag nagpresenta na ng data, ng numbers, parang, okay, legit na to, valid na to, paniwalaan na natin to. But, it's not always the case. Let's look at saan kinuha yung data. Bakit itong dalawa yung kinompare? How about the other countries that are near to us? Wala lang. I just want to say, data can also be manipulated. Facts can also be manipulated in someone else's favor. And in this case, they manipulated it to make it look like we're doing a good job, which we aren't.
And that's a fact. And facts are facts.
Yun lang naman. Okay. And this is my bigger problem about this. When they present data and news to the public and they say that our response is excellent, My issue is, okay, us internet dwellers, mga mahilig magbasa, mga skeptics, you know what, I've even say mga thinkers, we can't be fooled by this, gets? When they present us with news and data, we don't instantly take it in. Pag naglabas sila ng balita like this, we say why, we say how.
Paano masabi?
And then when what we read, what we research, and the answers we find, it matches what they're saying, and then we agree with it. And then, when we find something wrong, we question, we discuss it, diba? And as far as what I've seen, a lot of people would take in information as it is, as it was given to them, and instantly consider it factual. What the presidential spokesperson said na, comparing it to the US, we're doing great. Some people will stop there and say, our numbers and the US's numbers aren't far from each other, so we're doing great. A country as powerful as the US has the same numbers as us, then we're doing great. Wala na yung extra step na, wait, let's look at the numbers. Let's really look at the numbers. I mean, take it this way. If you're going to a doctor and then they give you a diagnosis of a really severe disease, gets? And you can take it. Ayaw mo siyang nagapen, diba? You're skeptic. Hindi siya nag-resonate with you. Then you go to another doctor for a second opinion. And then a third even. And then if they all say the same thing, then you probably have the sickness. But if you take that step further and then the second doctor says, oh no, ganito lang pala yan. Or it is a different disease. And you go to the third doctor and then that doctor confirms the second doctor. And then you create a better place for you yourself to live in. You just don't take any information given to you as fact agad. I think that's how we should approach things. Even this, even everything I say here, if you think it's shaky, if you think it's BS, go and get information out there. The more we know, the better. The more discourse, the more discussions we have, the better. But what am I trying to say here? Like, this is the bottom line. Again, not all of us have the privilege and the resources to actually get information out there and to compare information, gets? And to search the web for data and fact check everything they're reading and fact check news. Not all of us have the resources to actually get information apart from what the government is feeding us. And that will translate to the 2022 elections. That's the hard fact. Because the same group of people that have been gaslighted and fooled by what the government is saying are the same group of people who will vote for the same party. That's what's gonna happen. That's the danger of all of this. It's gonna translate into that. Because if what I've been fed is this government is amazing, our response is amazing, all good deeds, we have bettered the country. If that's what I've been fed, then I'm gonna believe it. If that's the only information I've been fed. But for us, where we have the privilege and the resources to get out there and get other data, get other information, get other news, then we can put things in a bigger picture. And unfortunately, not everyone has that. One very prime example would be what happened with Bloody Sunday and the human rights violations, the killing of our activists. The spokesperson said that impunity has no place in the Duterte regime and that every single violator of human rights will be punished by the full extent of the law. Yet here we are, staring impunity straight at the face. We have countless high-profile violators who have not been punished. Just looking at our past year, we can name events on events that high-profile people have not been punished because of violating rules and laws. And then we have seen poor people who may or may have not violated our laws but are facing the punishments to its full extent. Itong mga bagay nga, itong mga pandemic protocol violations nga by high-profile people, hindi natin masolve. Paano pa kaya yung mga mas malalaki? Like when the chief of police is disregarding rules, is violating rules, do we really expect him to go after bigger violations? Do we really expect that from our government at this point?
I can't do it. I can't. You are stressing me to hell. I can't. I'm done.
Next up, I saw this viral video sa cleaning ng MRT just today. So, let's watch it together. this is the type of videos that make you think, di ba parang we're at this point na, sinisisi natin yung mga tao for not following protocols, sinisisi na natin yung mga tao for getting sick, sinisisi na natin yung mga tao for not complying to the minimum health protocols. But what happens when your public service people, the people who are supposed to make the world a safer place for us, lalo na our trains? What happens when they're the ones who are... And what's sad is people who don't have cars, who don't have their own means of transportation, are stuck with using these facilities. Again, kawawa na naman yung tao. This is just sad. Nag-release na ng statement yung Department of Transportation. I bet this has been going on for a long time already. Ngayon lang siya na-videohan. Ngayon lang na-call out. If it wasn't called out on social media, nothing would happen again. So what's really our job here? Why do we do this? Why do we do Sunday Palengke? Why do we talk about this? It's because no matter how tiring it is, or minsan parang useless, or nakakasawa na, even here on social media, where millions of people are watching, millions of people are talking, millions of people are reading things, and we never know how what we say, what we do, and what we put out on social media will trickle up or down in society. So the best thing we can do is talk. Let's talk and talk and talk. Let's voice out everything and anything, really, and never get tired. I know it gets tiring, but we must continue and never back down. So, I would have the TikTok segment now, pero TBH, my TikTok FYP has been puro comedy recently, and I haven't seen a lot of problematic videos. So yeah, no TikTok segment this week. I was supposed to have like a TikTok cutie segment, like cute people I see on TikTok. Let me know if you want that segment. Pang pa-GV lang, every Sunday. You know, we love to look at beautiful people, right? So yeah, this has been Sunday Palengke this week. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media channels. I know medyo nakakapagod na, but please, I know everyone has fatigue na from this COVID thing and following protocols, but please, if you can, stay at home, stay safe, stay alive. Yeah, so if you want me to tackle anything na you think is worth tackling for next week's episode, comment it down below. Again, thank you for joining Sunday Palengke. Oh yeah, and I want to take this time to plug. I have a new show every Friday, 7 p.m. on Mix and KUMU. That's Mix and Match. It's a dating show.
We bring you the newest TV dating game show on Mix and KUMU, Mix and Match. If you're 18 and above, single and ready to mingle on a TV show, join na and get a chance to win the game of love. Step 1. Create a video. Introduce yourself. Tell us why you're single. Describe your perfect match and why you think you're ready for love. Step 2. Post it on KUMU Clip. Step 3. Write a caption. Make sure to use the hashtag Mix and Match. Mix and Match is open to all genders and gender expression. Upload your KUMU clips now.
I have roundtable talks with beauty queens on Tuesday. That's for Converse. And then, what do I have to plug? Catch me on the radio, 7 to 9 a.m. on Magic 89.9 every Monday to Thursday. Oh, also, I have my travel vlog coming out tomorrow, Monday.
Oh my God, ang lakas ng aga. Gabi na.
Uy!
Sunod tayo!
And then I have Break It Down Dora on Wednesday. So a lot of things happening for us. Tuloy-tuloy lang tayo dito. And I just want to take this time to say that I really appreciate everyone who comes on this show and watches this 20-30 minute show. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Yan. Again, thank you for joining me tonight. This has been Sunday Palengke. See you next week. Bye!